Alec, welcome back.
Yes.
This is the conclusion to the Gents Challenge. As always, we've done this several times in the past. If you don't know what the Gents Challenge is, it's something we have in our
hmm
little community, our gaming community, which you can join in the Discord. It's in the description. RNG Discord. We have this thing we always call the Gents Challenge every few months, where
Come hang out with us.
where you can be paired up with someone, and then you each provide a list of games, and you pick each a game for each other to play through within a set period, usually 2 months time. This time around, it's called the Confidence Boost Gents Challenge because they're particularly easy games or short games, a surefire way to be a gent.
Yeah,
Sure.
surefire, easy, easy
Mhm.
peasy, right?
Mhm.
Well, how did we both eke out?
Well, I'm a rascal, so
That's
these
that's rough, buddy.
are my games: SpongeBob SquarePants: Revenge of the Flying Dutchman and Tack the Great Juju Challenge. This is one of those things. It's like an old Gents Challenge habit of mine where I just didn't play it. I played like a half
Yeah,
hour of it, and then that was it.
yeah,
So obviously, if I just taken one day, 2 days, I could have just
yeah.
knocked it out real quick. It's just one of those things. I don't know
I
how
mean,
it got away
I
from
mean,
me.
I mean, speaking for myself, I can only imagine you have the you have the responsibility of editing all of our content as
Yeah.
well as your own on your own channel. So you have that in addition to um, all the stuff that we have to do to prep. October was a very busy month for us. We're doing a
Mhm.
lot of different things. We played other games. We played another game. We played Metroid during that. I was focusing on playing Metroid for most of October. I didn't really play a whole lot of games in October though. I played. I finally beat Metroid in November. It was like halfway through November when I beat it, and I was like, cool. Now I should actually get around to playing those games. And it still wasn't until like the last week or so of the last week of November is not until I beat. I ended up beating both games. I beat Transistor. I actually took the time on it was Thanksgiving weekend. I basically on Friday I just played Transistor. I played Friday and Saturday. I just played Transistor basically all day.
Hmm.
Um, and more or less, I mean, it's not a very long game. It's maybe like six to 8 hours or so, I would say. And
Hmm.
then my second playthrough, because I didn't have to do that, but I did that because I wanted all the trophies. So I went through another time, got all the trophies, and that game is a nice complete little package. Really enjoyed my time with it. And my other game was What Remains of Edith Finch, literally like a 2 hour game. It's just basically a walking simulator. A really good one. Highly recommend it. It's I don't know if you can get this physically anymore. It was an IM 8-bit thing that they did for a little while. I don't think I ordered it specifically from them. You probably can still get it. I don't really know though. Uh, if not, it doesn't really matter. It's readily available on like basically every platform.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, those are my games. I was a Supreme Gen. Thankful to say it was like an hour to go. It was kind of down to the wire for my second game, but
Hmm.
it's like a 2 hour game, so didn't really wasn't too big a deal.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I didn't. It's not like I was playing other games. I didn't play like any games during this whole time. I
Well,
just
yeah,
yeah, I haven't had time for anything outside of the videos stuff, and because then I'm working too, so I'm just exhausted.
well,
But
yeah. So it's that whole mixture, like because we had the responsibility to we did went through the whole Ghostbusters series recently on our channel. So in addition to having to obtain and watch all those films during the week during our free time, we also went and saw Ghostbusters Afterlife recently, which
mm-hmm.
means we had to take time out of our out of our free time to do that. There's other movies we went and saw. Wasn't there? No, I guess maybe it was. I'm just thinking of me. I went and saw a
Eternals.
bunch of Eternals. I went and saw a few other movies as well in my free time. Dune and No Time to Die. I've seen that 3 times now in theaters, and I'm probably good now. 3 times is pretty
Mm-hmm.
good. Um, and I mean, I went down and visited my brother for like a week, almost a week. I took time off work. I didn't have my PS5, PS4, which is where I have Transistor on there. I was thinking about maybe downloading on my Switch, but I was like, I want to beat Metroid first. So I spent most of my free time when I wasn't spending time with them, with my brother. I was playing Metroid. I just did that for a while, and yeah, I mean, I was really busy too. So like even me, my second game was super easy, but I was still down to the wire towards the end. So yeah, no, I feel you on that one.
We came down to the day before the deadline, and I was like, should I just stay up all night just to do this? Because I did that with Metroid Prime last time. Like I just crammed a ton of it at the end. I'm like, no, I'll just take the L on this one.
Nah, you shouldn't do that. Yeah, you can. It's all good. It's all good. It was an easy one, but who's honestly like at that point? I mean, I think I talked about when we were introducing the games. I remember in middle school, a friend got stuck in that game, like straight up hard stuck. Couldn't figure out. I didn't know if it was a glitch or what. It was.
But it's like it had nothing to do with the game. It could have been any game. I would have lost.
Yeah. So. I guess unless you had Edith Finch again at 2 hours, you could have done it one sitting. I could have done it one sitting. I did it in two.
SpongeBob I could have done in like 2 or 3 sittings. So.
Yeah, if you marathoned it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, because they said like 5 hours is how long to beat.com. So.
Okay. Out of curiosity, what do they say about Transistor? Because they probably have a shorter time than it took me. 15 and a half hours to attain 100% completion. I can tell you right now that I maybe put 10 hours into the game. Total. Maybe it was longer than I thought, but I don't think it was that long. Yeah, I think it was like 6 hours maybe for my first playthrough, and then I just sped through the second one.
It's like it should have been a slam dunk Supreme Gent for me, but no, just a shameful rascal. Shameful.
Well, you've had a really good track record in the past, though. So
hit or miss. I feel like we have the same record now. If anything, Supreme, we might be even. Yeah. I never got Supreme Gent before. This is supposed to be the one to do it because it's like the easiest one to do it. But yeah, it's just rough. It's like it comes down to nowadays where there's like circumstantial, whether I just have the time to do it. It's not like it's not just motivation anymore because just really I don't have the time.
Yeah.
Because back in the day when I'd have like all these like summers of just to play games and stuff and all this time, it would just come down to whether I could motivate myself to play that particular game and not like 7 other games to distract me. Now it's just like having time to play anything. So.
Yeah, for me it is I still kind of have that problem in terms of like motivating myself to play a particular game, but then I mean I also have work. Sometimes I just don't want to play a game. I just want to just relax in front of the TV, watch YouTube or something, do something else with my free time. Spend time with my housemates while watching YouTube. That's we do that almost every night. So it's like, to me, separating myself and going and secluding myself in my room playing a game is not always the ideal option for me. And I mean, it's one of the reasons why I haven't been playing Destiny recently. Like in the last 6 months, I haven't touched that game practically. So,
as much as I say that I just like don't have time, I do tend to spend a lot of time watching YouTube. So I really could have just substituted that time. It's just weird. It's weird for some reason. YouTube, I can find myself just watching for hours, but then it's like, I should watch an episode of this TV show. It's like, no, I don't have time for that. And I just watch 5 hours of YouTube.
Well, a lot of times, at least for me, I try to multitask a little bit, doing something else on my phone, working on something else on my phone, or something. But no, yeah, I hear you. It is interesting because like, I think if we were maybe more intentional with our time, we would be able to maybe do it, and not down to the wire like myself. I don't know. It's something to think about, but it's just a game. So
it's just a game. It is.
It's just a game.
7 Supreme Gents, 6 Gents, 6 Rascals this time.
So, and I will say I tried to like rally some of the Rascals. But like hardly any of them even respond. I know we did have a lot of like first timers this time around. Some of my real life friends came in and to chill out and and do it. Like, and they were, so one of mine, so Troubadour, my friend, he like beat his game like really fast. And then I don't think he could, I think the second game was, his first game was Doom, and then his second game was another one that he just was like, yeah, I don't really feel like putting the time into this, I think, if memory serves. No, it was Sonic Generations, and yeah, he beat that really fast. They had Doom 93 was the second game, and he was just like, he just wasn't feeling it towards the end of it. He was like, it's good, it's really good, but it's just sort of like one of those things where he just didn't really feel like it was. Yeah, so he just kind of put that on the shelf.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like super into it. He was super stoked about it. He's definitely going to be doing it again. Gray Sweaty P. I straight up never even heard from him. He is doing stuff with his wedding planning and stuff right now. So I get it. He's probably, instead of playing Crash 3 or Katamari, he's probably, if he's playing games, he's probably playing it with his fiance. If he's playing games or playing Destiny, or they're planning for his wedding in his free time. So that I get. I don't even think I heard Josh Frantic talk about his games at all.
No, he just.
I don't even think he talked at all. It just sort of like he was just kind of like I didn't have time or something. I think in the thing, and I was like, oh, that's too bad. Yeah, I didn't have time.
That's basically where I was at, so I didn't
have time.
All my insight on the games. It was like a unique pairing of games too. I was like, oh, no one's ever gonna pick these games for me, and I was like, okay, I'm down for this.
Yeah. But nah.
That's it, though. Yeah. So come back in a few more months. We'll have another one, I'm sure.
Oh, so I highly recommend Transistor, by the way. I went and I 100%ed it. The story's a little weird. I liked it a lot, but I felt it was maybe a little obfuscated, I guess is sort of the word, or obtuse. It's not really it sort of relies more on mystery than any concrete answers, even at the very end. But I still would highly recommend it. The music's amazing. Edith Finch, I'd also really recommend. Just know it's a walking simulator when you go into it. I would say, because their concepts, I think, would have made for a much greater like game. I feel like there was more potential in the premise than it ever kind of lived up to. Just in terms of what they could have done more with the gameplay, more with the little short stories and the vignettes. But what they have is very effective at telling a story, and a really good one. So I definitely recommend it. Go into it as blind as possible, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. I didn't really know a whole lot about it before I did, and I definitely got a lot out of it. So.
All right. Well, what video would you recommend our viewers watch after this one?
Go check out our Gents Challenge conclusion to the Hardcore Gents Challenge that we did with Ryan. Go see the Hardcore Gents Challenge. Wasn't that what it was called? Right?
Is it?
I'm pretty sure. The True Gents Challenge is what it was called.
True Gents Challenge, yeah.
The True Gents Challenge. And see how well we did that time. Considering how much trouble we had finishing short games, how do you think we did? We could surprise you.
It's sad that I just don't have time. Like, I just don't have time. That's all it is for games in general these days. But it sucks. But
well, like we said, maybe you do. Maybe you just gotta cut more of a something else out. Yeah, it does feel like it's like your free time is a lot more. You don't have as much of it, so it's a little bit more precious. So what you use it on is certain things that you wouldn't have time for elsewhere, I guess. So
yeah, it's like I'll get maybe one thing a month. Like I got Squid Game is like the one show I watched.
Yeah,
and it's like it's one little thing. But,
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to our podcast feed. Like the video. Leave a comment. Hit the notification bell. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And like us on Facebook at Tarqaron TWO.
Tell us how to use our time better.
Yeah.